Hello, 1301. This is C-Rob about 10 seconds later. How's my hair? I'm still doing the pictures. These are the second half, the Saeed photos. 559. There's two brothers. It says, Old City of Jerusalem, 1984, a tourist shop. Customers are rare. Will they be American, Swiss, or Israeli? If you've ever been to New York, it reminds me a bit of Times Square, the shops. There's a lot of people from other countries trying to sell trinkets, American souvenirs, Statue of Liberty or whatever. I don't know about now with the coronavirus, but the last time I was there, it was a big tourist section. And these two guys, they're wearing nice clothes. They're chubby, so it seems like they're doing well. They're making money. But Saeed says customers are rare. Will they be American, Swiss, or Israeli? So it appears as if they need an American and Israeli, a Swiss, to come and I think that's right, to come into their shop and buy something so they can pay their bills. I would imagine if I were in there, they'd suck up to me, be really nice. But when I left, maybe they'd make fun of me. Maybe they'd call me like typical American or something. But to me, that means they need us for their economy. 560 is a Palestinian and his son, and he's happy and he's holding his baby. So a lot of the early pictures are negative, make us think they're poor, there's danger. But the more we hang in, there's happier pictures. And it's a dad with his son. It's a good picture. 563, there's a little girl with her dad. When I first started teaching that, I little kids at the doctor's office, they might get a shot. They're scared. But he also says it's Amman, 1985 in Jordan. So it looks like if you live in a richer Middle Eastern country, you have health care. In Jerusalem, you don't. And I should say, as we go along, pay attention to what Saeed and Moore, his photographer, do with the children. Are children there to like tug at our heartstrings, see how bad, poor, ugly, violent Palestine is? Or are children resilient? They rise above it. They have fun. I bet some of you would write your paper on that. 566 might be the most negative picture. It's an older lady wearing a headdress. Sudan, South Lebanon, 1983. Time passes. Destruction, reconstruction, destruction. And I assume that's in front of her house, but it looks like the front door is off the hinges. There's rubble, like bombs have gone off. There's clothes hanging on a clothesline. It's not really a good picture, but it's really, really abject poverty. And Saeed says time passes, destruction, reconstruction, destruction. So he's letting us know nothing changes there. There was the war after World War II. The Allies made the Israeli state, and for the next 80 years, nothing really changes. Poor, poverty, bombs, nothing changes for these people. When I teach that class face to face, I tell them to picture Moore, Saeed's photographer, who's Swiss. I've never looked up a picture, but I'm assuming since he's Swiss, he has blonde hair and blue eyes. So imagine you're really poor, you're trying to survive, you're getting water, you're getting food for your babies, and there's a blonde, blue-eyed photographer with a fanny pack, taking your picture. So do you hate him? Do you not have time for him? Again, what does that lady think he's going to do with that picture? Is he trying to help the Palestinians? Or is he rich and is ultimately going to be elitist and make fun of them? The next picture is just like a scene from a hill looking down on Nazareth. I mean, maybe that could be a small city anywhere in 1980. That could be Odessa. From a long ways away, it's just like a small city. Um, 569, it's a soldier and a little boy. A few days after the end of the June War, in the foreground, an Israeli officer lost in thought. Behind the window, a young villager. And the little boy has his hand out, almost like, help me. And it looks to me like maybe the soldier's playing cards or chess or checkers. Soldier's just doing his job. If you watch the Saeed movie, In Search of Palestine, Saeed takes the microphone and asks a soldier, doesn't it bother you this is someone's house you've just stolen? And the soldier just says, I'm doing my job, I got to feed my family. So that's a pretty good picture. Note that's the only one that's the only one Moore didn't take because it's from 1967. There's some school scenes, little kids in a circle, maybe. My students usually think they're playing Duck, Duck, Goose, and there's a nun in the background. And is that just a normal happy scene, or is somehow the nun guarding them like Israel? In Iowa, I worked at a Catholic school with nuns, and she's got a stick, and she's kind of the guard. But it's, again, maybe that's optimistic. They're playing Duck, Duck, Goose. They're happy. 573 is one of the happier pictures. It says Jerusalem, 1984. It's two friends, two brothers, walking down the street in Jerusalem, having a good time, exploring stuff like little kids do. Sometimes I'll ask my students, could you walk down the street in Odessa in 1984 if you were 8 years old? Mothers, fathers out there, would you let your child walk down the street in Odessa, in Chihuahua, the land of little dogs? And sometimes my students say, no, it's safer in 1984 in Jerusalem, war-torn Jerusalem, than it is here. And the last picture, it's kind of a bunkered house. It says near Sengel, a village between Ramallah and Nablus. And if you read the text that goes with that, the people act normal outside, but really they can only say what they think about their life or about Israel when they go inside their house. And I would ask the students who would live in a bunker like that. And Saeed in his writing talks about the telephone poles. Again, it's 1980, but he talks about the Israelis kind of staking out Palestinian land almost like a surveyor. So 1979, they wouldn't have internet, they wouldn't have television, phones, but slowly but surely another country, Israel, has come in and is like staking out their country. And I did want to show you the last picture. One of my friends in Iowa, at my old school, the art professor, did that photo of me. So I look skinnier in the picture. So, okay. See you next time, 1301.